I think I need to go back and watch everything Masters of the Universe because this movie is epic. Yep, we're talking about the new 2026 Masters of the Universe movie. And like I said, it is an epic film and I cannot wait to get into the nitty-gritty details about it. But if you guys don't know who I am Ant. I'm your casual fan, your average movie reviewer. I don't go into crazy film methods. I don't nitpick every single little thing of a movie like normal critics. I am just your average casual fan, and I think that's why people love me. So going into the film, I had no expectations because I didn't grow up with Masters of the Universe, so I had no idea what to expect. I have seen nothing from this, nothing from the series, nothing from anything Masters of the Universe, so I really didn't know what I was getting into when I entered that theater today. But it's safe to say that I'm glad that I went and seen Masters of the Universe because it's super dope. Like I said, I went in with like basically no expectations, and I mean it just climbed the entire time. And I think that's what makes this film so special. If you guys don't know what Masters of the Universe is about Adam, who is living in Edonia, and Skeletor comes to take over Edonia when his family sends him away with the power sword, and he now has to come back to Edonia and save it with the power. So this film is definitely for Masters of the Universe fans. I mean, my theater wasn't packed, but we had maybe 10 or 20 people in the theater, and it was a lot of older people. I don't want to say like super old, like 40s, 50s, people who grew up as children with Masters of the Universe, and I mean, they were clapping, they were cheering. I mean, one guy was hollering and it was irritating everybody, but they were getting excited about Masters of the Universe. So let's talk about some pros. The acting, fantastic. The look of the characters, fantastic. The comedy, fantastic. The CGI and the effects, fantastic. Like, everything about this movie is so great. And I mean, like, throughout the entire experience of the film, like, this film is an experience, by the way. It is a fun film. I'm just smiling, happy as ever, because it feels original. It feels great. And as someone who doesn't know anything about these characters, I just had a blast. Now let's talk about some cons. The only con of this film is how extremely long this film is. I think we're either at 2.5 or just under 2.5 hours. And there are a lot of scenes that I feel like we could cut and just make this like a 2-hour, maybe even an hour 45 movie. But that's not saying that it's a bad movie because it's so long. There just are some scenes that run a little bit longer that could be cut shorter, and we could have had a much shorter movie. But all in all, the movie is still great and still fun. And like I said, definitely an experience. So when we're talking about the cast and if they had fun, I definitely think they do. You could see like genuine smiles on people's faces as they're acting in this film. And I think that's really, really great. I think just having, you know, the acting and the actors, you know, just like have some chemistry together and just have a good time really translates onto those characters and onto the audience. And like I said, everybody who grew up with Masters of the Universe was just having a good time. I mean, either were clapping and cheering and, you know, getting hooting and hollering and having a good time. And I think that goes to show you how much fun the cast had bringing these characters to the screen for fans and new fans. So let's talk about the standout moment of the film. This is the moment of the film that takes the film to a way crazier place, crazier than we already have become. Now we're going to talk spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, step out now. I'll give you a little bit of time. All right, that's enough time. The standout moment of this film is when we finally have the power sword. He's being arrested by the police on Earth, and the tiger, like bear looking guy comes and is attacking people, and he is now like running and fighting, and you get introduced to Camila Mendez's character, and it's just a fun experience, and you just know from there on the movie's gonna be fun, it's gonna be crazy. And this is like one of the first scenes that is like, okay, we're going up a step, we're going up a tick, and it's gonna be crazy. So let's talk about Ant's 3 big questions. Would I recommend it? Would I watch it again? And is it going to be better on streaming or in theaters? I would 100% watch it again. I mean, I had a great time, I had a fun time, and like I said earlier, I'm gonna go back and watch the show. I think there's a movie, I think there's multiple shows. So I'm gonna go back and try to watch everything there is to watch of Masters of the Universe, and I may even come back and watch this film again because it was just so fun. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. If you like superhero stuff, if you like, you know, fantasy and action and you grew up with this stuff as well, you'll have a good time. Like, there is something in this film for everybody, especially if you enjoy that. it's a good time. I'm definitely going to recommend it. And I know I got a guy at work who wants to see it and wants to know if it's good. And I'm going to let him know, go check it out. I know my dad is going to want to check it out. I'm going to tell him to go check it out. I'm definitely going to recommend this to plenty of people. Now, is this going to be better on streaming or in theaters? I think this is absolutely a movie you should go see in theaters because of the epic effects, the just crazy sound, the beautiful score in this film. The music is fantastic in this film. And on the loudspeakers and on the big screen, this film looks good, it feels good, it sounds good. It's definitely something you should go check out in theaters, but I do think it's going to get lost in the shuffle between Scary Movie 6, which has had tons and tons of advertisements, and Backrooms, which is still doing a great run at the theaters. I just think this one didn't have as much advertisement as something of those two movies, but hopefully word of mouth is going to get this film out there and a lot more people are going to go check it out because it is so freaking great and so fun. So with that being said, I gave this film a 4-star rating because of the epicness of this film. I mean, I walked out happy, like hype, because it's something that I knew nothing about and I was like, wow, that is so freaking cool. I'm going to go back and watch all this stuff. But the movie was just really, really long and you do find yourself somewhat bored at some of these long drawn out scenes. But all in all, when you leave the theater, you'll feel good, you'll feel hype, you'll feel happy. So with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next movie review. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting tore up on TikTok because of my Backrooms video. I'm getting tore up on YouTube as well. So I'm getting tore up. People did not like the feelings that I had for the Backroom. So maybe I'll come back to that and talk about that. But I definitely got some more movie reviews coming up. So stay tuned. Peace.